We are looking at supply and demand. Technical analysis is not a tea leaves kind of reading. This is not that at all. This is about looking at where are the buyers at and the sellers at and who's winning. Let's look at the catastrophe that is the stock market. Tesla is down $4.36, 1.98%, closed at 215.55, post-market down by 9 cents. So let's look at what we have here on the chart. The chart is giving us the context to help us make sense of the number 215.55. A number does not mean much by itself. It means something in relationship to other things. Yesterday we had bounced. Our low yesterday was at 212.28 right here. Right here. This was the bounce, 212.28. Guess what? Where is the low of the day? 212.01. So we are 27 cents off in terms of having identified the low of our support. We are 27 cents off. Yesterday we had closed above 217.65. Today we cannot even do that. But there's a support. You know, we don't go lower. We don't go lower than 212.28. So we have buyers that are coming in at this point. This is what this little long wick at the bottom means. The price came down, boom, was pushed back up. Price came down, 212.28 or 1 cent, boom, was pushed back up. Let's take a look at the 1 hour chart. See? We had the boom within 1 hour yesterday, and we had the boom. You know, it took 5 hours to push it back up. So we can conclude that the buyers are having a harder time today. They did not push the price as high as yesterday, and it took them 5 hours of fighting to get it back up. So this is what we are analyzing on this channel. It's the tug of war between the buyers and sellers. We identify the war zones with lines, some horizontal lines that we call the resistance when it's above and support when it's below, and they can be horizontal or diagonal. We are looking at supply and demand. Technical analysis is not a tea leaves kind of reading. This is not that at all. This is about looking at where are the buyers at and the sellers at and who's winning. So right now, yes, the buyers are winning a little bit at 212.28, but you know, the sellers have been winning since December 28, pushing the stock down. So in terms of indicators, everything is in the tank. So let's just see what happens. We know that we have support at 212.28. We know that we have support there, and we know that there's a possibility that we are bouncing on it, and we know that, well, of course, we have some earnings call on January 24th. So most likely things won't be moving up super high for Tesla until then. So yeah, it's definitely not the time to buy Tesla. It could be going lower. And before buying, my opinion is that a stock should no longer go down, and it should then start to go sideways, and then should no longer go sideways, but start to go up. This is not where we are right now. On the 1 hour chart, if you want to take a little bit of a trade, but this one is going to be quite risky because we don't have stochastic over 60 on the 1 hour chart, and we would need to break 217.65. And even if we break 216.65, we probably won't get stochastic over 60. So that's a risky one. It could work. Anything can work sometimes, but you know, this one is pretty risky. I would not advise it. Let's take a look at why things are going so down. So VIX has been going up. So VIX is up 97 cents, 7% up. So the fear is a little bit back into the stock market. We have stochastic over 60. So the trend now is that the fear factor of the stock market is climbing higher. This should not be helping at all. The 10-year bond also climbing. So money is coming into the bonds away from the stock market. US dollar, the same thing. US dollar here, we are making higher lows. Look at this. Look at this, you know, This is the path. This is the path. It's going higher. Let's take a look at the stock indices. What's happening with the stock indices? So Dow Jones is going sideways. It's no longer going up. It went up for a while, but now it's no longer going up. It's going sideways. It's going sideways. And we have last stochastic over 60. We have a definite weakening right here in Dow Jones. And see here this top that we had on January 5th, 2022. We had the top right there. This top might be holding us here at 36,929 as a support. I'm going to double it in width. So this is a support. If we start breaking this, this means that this double top has failed. If we go below, then it's going to have failed, and then this is going to be dangerous, but we might have some shorting opportunities very soon. S&P 500, you see the same pattern right here. NASDAQ, the same pattern. Things are going sideways right now. Stochastic is still good on NASDAQ. SPX, stochastic is not good. So prepare your shorts. Let's take a look at QQQ. The same pattern. Same pattern happening. Let's take a look at our EV stocks that we like to follow. Let's take a look at BYD. I hope I'm having the right stock symbol. This is following pretty much the same pattern of all the EV stocks. This is a downward trend. This is going down. Don't touch this. You should not be owning this, actually. You should not be owning this. There is no point. It's coming down. The point of a downward channel is that it will continue to go down. So you might as well get your money out. Let the stock come down as low as it wants to. And when it starts to stabilize again and then go up, then it makes much more sense to get back in. Rivian, the same thing. We are into our downward channel. Xpeng dropping like a rock. NIO dropping like a rock. So NIO was a good short yesterday because, it was breaking a support. It was breaking a horizontal support. That had worked since June 2023. It no longer worked. So this is a short. We could be having a little bit of a pullback, but we could be having no pullback also. Let's take a look at some tech stocks. Apple, not too bad. We don't have stochastics, so not super good. But in terms of the trend, we are still into this big bullish trend. And we are going to be testing very soon if we can bounce on it or if we break it. So if you own some Apple stock, be ready to sell if we start breaking this big support right here. ARM, look at this perfection. Look at this perfection. It came down to the support. And look at the low. Look at the low of ARM. Right on the line. This is how it's supposed to be. Right on the line. We have the first indication that it wants to bounce. I would not consider this a bounce yet. I would switch to the 1 hour chart. Look at stochastic. Oh, we have a good stochastic on the 1 hour chart. We could be really bouncing on that one. Then we need to make sure that we are not caught into a congestion zone. So I'm going to be using this one right here. So we are outside of this congestion zone. Chances are that we are going to bounce with ARM. Every trade in the stock market has some risk to it, but this one is a little bit less risky. But we are still on the 1 hour chart. On the daily chart, there's no bounce to be seen. So if we have a bounce here, it might not last a long time. It might not last for days. It might last just for a couple of hours. Palantir, going sideways. So NVDA is not too bad. This is stabilizing a little bit. We are stuck in between this resistance and this support. So it's maintaining itself quite well. AMD. This is going higher. This is into a bullish trend. So, AMD is still bullish. Let's look at gold. Gold going sideways, no stochastic. Very dangerous if we break 1541. Silver, no stochastic. Very dangerous if we break 761 because we had buyers in the past right here coming. They would be coming in. Boom, boom, boom. Look at how many times they came in. It's crazy. It's almost cheating. Boom. Okay, this one is higher. So are we going to get a boom here? Nobody knows. If we don't, short. Bitcoin going sideways, Ripple going sideways, and Neo Battery Material, well, continuing its move down. Next stop is going to be 18 cents. This is going to be very cheap to buy. And Nouveau Monde Graphite, not too bad. It's holding itself. We have lost stochastic a long time ago, like December 13th. And, look at the stochastic, how it is weakening. If you still have shares in this one, if we start breaking below 234, just get up. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. If you like what I do, you can become a YouTube member. If you become a member at the TradingView link tier, you are going to get a copy of all those lines, of all those stocks into your TradingView account. So you can check that out. This is a very cheap price per line. I'm going to wish you a great evening. We are going to talk tomorrow and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.